Arsenal versus Paris Saint Germain at the Emirates Stadium. First of all, should we talk about how bad Arsenal are or how good Paris Saint Germain are? You know what? Let's start with the slander. Let's talk about Arsenal Football Club. One of the most overrated, they're one of the best teams in the world I've ever seen. Like, I remember Liverpool when they got extremely overhyped, like Trent, generational right back, and stuff about Van Dijk, best centre back of all Prem history and everything. But this Arsenal team definitely wins it. I've never seen a more overrated team than this Arsenal team. I think they had like 3 or 4 players in the top 30 for Ballon d'Or. Straight up PR. Straight up PR. No ability, no performances at the highest level. We have to stop caring about what happens in the Premier League. The Premier League is not a top quality league. I don't think any league is top quality anymore that we can take judgments off. Because we've seen Arsenal in the Champions League and we've seen Arsenal in the Premier League. It's a totally different story. If people want to make those kinds of memes about, Bayern in the Bundesliga and Bayern in UCL, or PSG in Liga and PSG in UCL, or this, we can definitely do the same with Arsenal. The first thing with Arsenal, they have no UCL experience. This is the second time they're here since 2017. Last season, just look at that form. Let's look at away first, all right? Away, they play Arsenal, they lost. They play Porto, they lost. They play Bayern, they lost. They play PSV, they drew. They've only won 1. Obviously, they drew against Atalanta in this season as well. And even in the home games, they've looked extremely mid. It was only the Arsenal game at home where they smacked them up 6-1, where Arsenal have looked like a top side in Europe. I don't think Arsenal are a top 8 side in Europe. I don't think they're one of the 8 Champions League contenders going into this season. It's because of lack of UCL experience, lack of a great manager. I mean, Arteta has to be, once again, one of the most overrated managers I've seen. I don't know what he's done to get the prop. To receive prop, you have to do something. Where's Arteta? What have the Arsenal players done? Oh, they've come second in the league. They've come second in the league. That doesn't matter. This Arsenal came second in the league when Leicester won it. They were still garbage, and they're still garbage now. I can't take Arsenal seriously. Arsenal, on one hand, they're a good side. They're a good side. They play collectively. They play exactly what Arteta wants them to do, even if it's tourism, mid-football with 4 centre-backs and 3 DMs. Absolutely disgusting. Like, how can you call yourself a big side, one of the best sides in Europe, when your main tactic is, let's defend? That's Arsenal's main tactic. And then, inshallah, we get a corner code. Gabriel heads it in. Disgusting football, disgusting team, disgusting players, disgusting fan base, and most of all, disgusting manager. And now Paris Saint Germain, looking even better without the rat Kylian Mbappe. Just look at how Paris Saint Germain are absolutely cooking. I know the game against Girona wasn't the best, but it wasn't like Girona gave us some trouble. They didn't even have a single shot on target, and we had like 5 big chances that we missed all of them. So I'm still very calm after that Girona result. Not the performance. The performance, especially in the second half, was really great. We cut them open so many times, created so many chances. We just couldn't take our chances. Unlike Arsenal, who should have lost to Atalanta. You see the disparity. You see the difference. Obviously, Atalanta much better side than Girona, but Arsenal, I just don't know what they're impressive at. What are Arsenal Football Club good at? I don't know. If you can answer me that question in the comments down below, I would love it, because I don't know myself. I've been trying to think about it. Arsenal, what they're good at, like, they have a lot of size. They don't have a player less than 6 foot apart from like Trossard or something, and a lot of physicality, especially when you compare that to this PSG side. But look, football is playing with the ball, all right? Not with your body, not with the size, not when it comes to duels. And I think that's why Paris Saint Germain will dominate Arsenal. Like, the performance, I already know we will dominate. We'll dominate the ball, we'll dominate Arsenal in every single category. Arsenal could be threatening, obviously, from corners. That's their only thing. But I can accept 1 goal from a corner kick as long as we score 3+ goals against them. And this thing about the Emirates is not some special stadium. In 2017, they got cooked by Bayern, conceded 5. Last season, they got cooked by Porto. Porto was just extremely unclinical and bad, in front of goal. And Bayern as well cooked them. The Emirates is not a scary stadium. The atmosphere is dead. I already know that I will hear the ultras way more than any of the plastic Arsenal fans in that stadium. For me, it's extremely simple. I think Paris Saint Germain will toy with Arsenal. It will not look like a big game. It will not be 2 big sides against each other. It will be 1 big side against 1 team that plays Stoke City. Tony Pulis, park the bus. I'm disgusted, man. I'm honestly disgusted that we're facing Arsenal and the odds makers have like 1.8 for Arsenal and 4.5 for PSG. How are we the underdogs? Like, I know they're at home and all of this shit. You can give them a small margin. Not that big. Arsenal are not that good. But that's what I love with this game. Because after this game, people will get a reality check. Arsenal will get exposed. And people will finally be forced to prop PSG. Because Arsenal is, unfortunately, a side that is considered by many as a top side. So we just got to get it done. And that's the thing. Even though everything I've said about Arsenal, we still have to play our top game. We, Paris Saint Germain, have to have at least an 8.5 out of 10 against Arsenal to get that victory. They're really solid defensively. It will take a long time to penetrate that deep block. We saw City struggling with it. And City is actually the only team in the Premier League I respect, like footballing wise. They're actually a good side. And if they're struggling, we will definitely struggle as well, penetrating that deep block. And that's why it's important to get an early goal. That will open up the game, open up Arsenal, and yeah. We'll cook. Individual abilities. Calafiore is out now, so it's going to be like Barcola versus Timber. No, Barcola versus Ben White. I don't know. Tierney, Zinchenko versus Dembele. I mean, honestly, if you're an Arsenal fan, don't even bother watching the game. Don't even bother watching the game because you will just get embarrassed. You'll get embarrassed at your stadium with your best, strongest possible squad, apart from Calafiore and Odegaard. So I don't even know what's the excuse Arsenal fans are going to use after this. But yeah, that's been it from your boy PSG on why Paris Saint Germain will absolutely dominate Arsenal FC. That's been it from your boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.